I poison your dreams. I feast on your fear. I make you crawl inside your mind. I erase your purpose. I burn your hope to ash. And you are already mine. This is what Demon says.
Let me ask you something. Right now, in this exact moment, are you awake? Not just physically, not just because your eyes are open and you're hearing my voice. I mean truly awake, alive, present in your life, not just drifting through it, because most people aren't. Most people are sleepwalking through their lives, following routines they didn't choose, living for moments that don't really matter, chasing things they don't actually want. They're busy, distracted, comfortable, but deep down, if they're honest, they know this isn't really living. And here's the truth most people don't face until it's too late. If you don't wake up now, right now, you may spend the rest of your life asleep and only realize it when there's no time left to change. This isn't a motivational speech. This isn't a checklist to improve your life. This is a mirror, a chance for you to stop, for the first time in a long time, and face the question most people avoid until it's too late. What am I actually doing here? Because history and philosophy are filled with warnings about this. Nietzsche called it the herd instinct, our quiet surrender to conformity, choosing comfort over truth. Plato told the story of prisoners chained inside a cave, staring at shadows on the wall, too afraid to see the light outside because truth burns. And Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a man who gave his life defying tyranny, wrote, "When Christ calls a man, he bids him come and die." Not literally, but symbolically. To wake up, you must let parts of yourself die. The parts built on fear, ego, and habit. That's why so few people ever do it. Because waking up feels like death before it feels like freedom. Take a hard look at your day-to-day life. How much of it feels intentional and how much of it feels like inertia? Think about it. You wake up, check your phone before you even breathe. You rush into a job you may not love because it feels safer than risking something else. You scroll endlessly, laugh at things you don't care about, distract yourself with meaningless noise. You fall asleep, wake up and repeat. When was the last time you sat alone with no distractions? No music, no scrolling, no voices in your ear, just you and your thoughts. Most people can't do it. The silence is too loud, because deep in that silence is a voice we've been drowning out for years. A voice asking, is this really my life? Or am I just filling time? Nietzsche said, if you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you. That abyss? It's the reflection of every dream we buried, every truth we denied, every year we traded away to feel safe. And facing it is terrifying, which is why most people don't. They'd rather keep walking in the dark, but life doesn't let you stay asleep forever. Eventually it shakes you awake. Maybe it's a tragedy, the sudden death of someone you love, a breakup that tears away the identity you built around another person, the job loss that rips away your sense of security, or maybe it's something quieter, like time itself. One morning you look in the mirror. You see the lines in your face. You feel the weight in your chest when you climb the stairs, and it hits you. There are fewer days ahead than behind, and for the first time, all the distractions you clung to, your money, your likes, your possessions, don't numb the one thought echoing in your mind. What have I actually done with this one short life? For many, that realization comes too late. They spent years waiting for courage, for the right moment, for a sign. But the truth is brutal. The waiting was their life. Here's the part no one tells you. Waking up is not euphoric. It's not a cinematic breakthrough with a perfect soundtrack. It feels like loss. You lose the identity you built to keep the world happy. You lose the comfort of your routine. Sometimes you lose people, friends, partners, even family, who only love the asleep version of you. It feels like exile, like standing outside in the freezing air while everyone else is warm by the fire, pretending everything is fine. And you'll want to go back. You'll tell yourself, maybe I was happier before I started questioning everything, but deep down you'll know that happiness was just anesthesia. This pain, the death of your old self, isn't a mistake. It's the only way to be truly alive. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, reminded himself every morning, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." When you realize that everything is temporary, your possessions, your routines, even the people you love, life stops feeling like something to waste. The fear of discomfort shrinks next to the fear of dying without ever living. So how do you stop sleepwalking? Not by throwing away your life in some reckless act of rebellion, not by quitting everything tomorrow and running away. Awakening starts smaller and scarier. It starts by facing yourself, sitting in silence, asking questions most people avoid, like, what am I pretending not to know? If I only had a year left, what would I do differently? Whose life am I actually living, mine or the one handed to me? And then you act, slowly, deliberately. You stop numbing yourself with endless distractions. You spend time alone, not to escape, but to finally hear your own voice. You choose meaning over momentum, depth over noise, and you do the one thing most people never dare. You risk being uncomfortable, because on the other side of that discomfort is the one thing you can't buy, fake, or borrow. A life that actually feels like yours. Most people will never do this. They'll keep walking, eyes half shut, distracting themselves until the day life rips the illusion away. And then they'll look back with regret, whispering the words no one wants to say on their deathbed. I thought I had more time. But you don't have to be one of them. Life isn't a rehearsal. There's no encore, no second act, no someday waiting for you. There's only now. So ask yourself right now, what am I willing to risk to finally feel alive? Because one day you'll either look back and feel the weight of wasted years, or the quiet peace of knowing you truly woke up and lived. Which one will it be?
If this journey stirred something within you, consider subscribing to Oblique Path. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective might awaken someone else. Let's think deeper, together.